Hey my friends, welcome to my channel. Anna, Alchemist of the Arts, here back with another pick a card reading. This reading is being filmed around the time of the new moon at the end of August 2022. However, it is a timeless reading on the theme of what is changing in your world right now. As ever, my readings are always a read of the current energy. I am channeling messages and reading an energy that I am feeling right now. Part of that may resonate with you, some of it may resonate with you, the whole reading may resonate with you. And this is a moment caught in time. Please know that you have immense personal power to shift your attention, energy, focus in any direction of your choosing. So the outcome from this point forward is entirely your choice about where you direct your energy. That is your personal power. So please take this just as it is, as a reading, and allow yourself to be empowered with whatever decisions you make moving forwards. As I said, the theme of this reading is what is changing in my life right now. And I've actually decided to use 3 of my older card prints. These are from my original artwork. All of those are available on my Etsy store as our personal readings. We'll start with pile number 1. And this is Manas. So this is the rune of mankind and self. Then we have pile number 2, which is for mankind, the warrior. I don't know if you'll see the colours on this one, but they are beautiful. They remind me of peacock colours. And pile number 3 is a spark of life, a passion for living. And this is the yellow version. This is one of those pieces that actually has 2 versions. So as always, please take as long as you need. Please pause the video if needed in order to make your selection. Go with whichever pile feels most resonant to you. You might be drawn to more than one pile. And this reading could pop up again thanks to the wonderful YouTube algorithm. So if it does that, please feel free to comment which pile you chose below. And you might be able to catch another reading another time. So I'm going to pause the readings right now. All of my information and the timestamps are in the description box below, and I will see you in your readings. Hi there, pile number 1. If you were drawn to this pile, then this is your reading. You were called to the Manas artwork today. As a reminder, this is just a read of the current energy. If you were called to this pile, please know that you have immense personal power to shift your energy and outcome in any way that you choose. I'm just a reader. I'm going to go in with the runes. All of my information, if you would like to contact me or a reading or to look at my artwork, is in the description box below. Manas, the rune of mankind and self. This is saying to me what is changing in your world right now. I feel like you're going to be very focused on the self, healing the self, working through things that take or detract from yourself. That's an interesting phrase that they're pulling through. There is a big emphasis on anything that takes of the self. Now, why is the self important? Because I know in spiritual circles, there's a great many people who almost shame a person for caring or investing in self. However, the greatest energy that we can be in, we can be of service to others, and we cannot fill others, our own cup is empty. So this is very much saying it might be time to take a look at anything that detracts away from you, from your experience in life. That's really interesting energy coming through. So I've got a couple of oracle cards here. I'm going to turn those and then I'm going to do the runes, and let's see what comes through for you. We've got Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. Sorry if you can hear my dog. Thoth, Wisdom. Wow, and then we've got the, we've got the Ace of Air, the Ace of Air. So that would be the Ace of Swords in the traditional tarot. And then we've got the Counselor, which is a water card. I feel like you really, at the moment, what's changing in your world is a focus away from conflict, a removal of any obstacles in your life that you can actively remove by choosing peace, by choosing inner peace, by choosing to remain calm, of seeing the higher perspective. Thoth speaks of wisdom. Sorry. It also speaks of, if you know anything about Hermeticism, it explains the different principles of the universe, of existence, of spirituality from the Hermetic point of view. And I'm feeling very much like it's like at the Oracle of Delphi, it's that message, know thyself. I feel like you are coming to this place of self-understanding, especially with this Ace of Air. It could be that you're seeing yourself in a different way, having different realizations about who you are, about who you want to be, perhaps working through some of those issues from the past with the counselor here, but really honoring yourself and honoring you where you are right now in this present moment without feeling the need to hurry the process, hurry it away, push it away. It's like the challenges of the past, you've come to peace with them, or you're coming to peace with them. These different experiences you may have had, all of these different things that you may have been through. And what that's doing, it's like it's clearing a way for you. So what's changing in your world right now is it's like you just have a lesser tolerance for drama, for conflict, for other people's issues. You don't want that in your life. You could be choosing to clear away those kinds of relationships from your world. There may be a feeling like there just isn't space for them. And it's honoring yourself, honoring your time, honoring your experiences, and saying, no, do you know what? I really want to be in my own space, in my integrity, and honor my time here, because nothing is guaranteed. And I'm choosing to be calm. I'm choosing to be happy. I'm choosing the relationships that nurture and help develop me, rather than the ones that I may have felt bound to in the past. This is really, really interesting energy, pile 1. I love it. I'm going to do the runes. These can be quite noisy, so for anybody who is wearing headphones, it might be as wise to just take them out just for a minute while I do them. And then what I'll do is I'll remove any runes that land face down. We're not going to use them for the purpose of the reading. And then I will set them out as I see most appropriate. Okay. Yeah, you could definitely have been through a time that has changed you quite a lot. And I'm just going to, sorry to do this to you whilst filming. Move the camera ever so slightly, sorry. It just means we're going to be able to see the runes a little bit better. You could definitely have been through a time where your relationships in your world have changed. And actually, I feel like that's something that you're coming to peace with. There may have been people that exited your life, important relationships that have exited your life, or in the process of being leaving your life. You could be actively working on cutting cords and releasing energy from the past, anything that made you unhappy. And I think what you're really recognizing is what disturbs your inner peace, what disturbs your personal peace, what makes you feel less than, what makes you feel like you've got to retract or hide who you are in some way, rather than being able to feel that expansive oneness with self. I just don't feel like you're going to compromise anymore. Anything that has you've got this desire to just cut out anything that is draining your energy. That I keep getting, like there are connections, friends from the past, sort of almost try and reel you back in. They might try and bring you back to a version of self that you just don't resonate with anymore. And I appreciate, especially through the phases of spiritual awakening, these really huge changes can have a massive impact on yourself in your physical life. If you do see these relationships sort of dissipating or edging away. But what I see is this, it's like you're being guided to pursue your path. There is a definite awareness of something beyond your literal physical experience right now. And this might be something that's quite new to you. It might be something that's just newly being revealed to you with Kenaz and Ivaz here. This sense of, some of you may have just started meditating or have gone to a real expansion in depth of your own spiritual practice. And it's kind of like you're seeing now how vast everything is, and how some of these things, these relationships or situations, habits, even aspects of self, even just no longer really resonate with you. You no longer want to be in resonance with them. And it could be that there's a temptation sometimes to go back into that. And you know what? There really isn't a problem with that. It's about your level of comfortability. It will be different for everybody watching this. You know, sometimes we can go back and we can revisit old circles and, you know, partake in things that we haven't done for a very long time, and that's okay. But it's very much about this personal experience and how it makes you feel. What's changing in your life right now is you focusing on how the experiences and connections in your life make you feel. And we've got Evras here. Evras is very much speaks of our relationships. Yera, Gibur, and Uruz in the reverse. Evras in the reverse too. I feel like you're going to be seeing the different quality caliber of people entering into your life as others leave. And it's not that we cut people out of our lives because we anticipate someone better is going to come in, but we do sometimes have to make physical time. If we are engaging and spending all of our time with certain groups of people, but that leaves us without any other time for other things, meeting new people, then you're not going to have the space to invite the new in. So there is very much this sense of reciprocating energy. When you make space, you're going to have new come in. And I feel like this is going to be positive for you. But I also am getting, if there have been difficulties in some relationships, but these relationships really do matter to you, there is a sense here that, you know, some of them you could have been, it will be different for all of you. Some of you could have been holding on to this relationship for a really, really long time. And it's like you feel like you've done everything that you can to try and to give all of you can. And this is a reminder from Spirit that you can only give as much as you physically can. The other person has to meet you there in order to maintain and manifest a happy, whole and fulfilling relationship for both parties. And for others of you, there is an essence here of a desire for healing in an existing connection that has been challenged. And for some of you, that will be entirely possible. But again, this reading is all about you tuning into you. With the Ace of Air here and the Counselor, this is you really tuning into your thoughts, feelings, and experience, acknowledging them, being aware of them, and allowing yourself to truly express that. You know, how does it feel? How do you so I'm just trying to find the right words. It's about honoring yourself, honoring your experience and your energy, your precious energy and time on earth. And that seems to be the focus here that you're being called back to. Let's get a couple of Viking Oracle cards for you. Yeah, that's so interesting. Look at that. We've got Eras come out in almost identical position to up here, which is like Muckstave, I believe they call it, which is on its side. The rune is on its side. It's neither upright nor reversed. And it's kind of those in-between energies. Yeah, we've got the Thing that's come out, and this is about agreements, contracts. You might be feeling like you've got to honour or contracts. Now, this could be definitely related to work, business, partnerships of some kind as well. Friendships, doesn't have to be romantic relationships. It's anything that you feel bound to. And it's almost like you're being called to called to a higher perspective. Yes, but you definitely, this is birthing a new cycle within your relationships, birthing a new time of self-awareness, of just being able to it's like you're honoring your obligation to yourself, and that's not a sacrifice. Brings me back to this thoth energy. You know, you've come so far, you've been through so much, that now you need reciprocal energy. You need to invest your energy. It's not that you need it back, it's that you're now aware of when to pull back when it's not being reciprocated. And that feels really important. The halls, okay, and this speaks of Valhalla, the halls of Valhalla. I'm definitely getting you seeing much bigger picture. It's like you're looking at the long term, you're looking at the end game, and it does feel like you're very focused on you. And it feels like this could be, with Kanaz and Ivaz, this could be the first time that you're really pulling the focus onto you in your own life, especially if you're very empathic. It could be the first time that you're genuinely asking yourself what you want from your life, where you want to be, what you want to do, what is it that you want to create with your life. And this is a really, really powerful energy, because it's born from all of this experience, from all of this healing work that you've been doing. And it just feels really, truly immense for you, to be quite honest, pile one. Let's get a healing message for you as a final card, please. 2. Okay, we'll take them. Isolation and exiled, interesting. Okay, and for some of you, this may cause this kind of hermiting energy where you feel isolated or shut out from relationships. But anything that leaves your life at this time, you are almost being called to go within and ask yourself if the relationship was actually causing more discomfort from you trying to give so much of yourself to retain it, that you weren't getting that back. And actually this is freeing you up. So I'm going to leave it here, but pile one, I hope this reading assisted you, sending you all my love, and I will see you in another reading. Take care. Bye bye. Hi there, pile 2. If you were drawn to this pile, then this is your reading. As always, please remember I am reading the current energy, and you have immense personal power to move forwards in any direction of your choosing to create the outcome that you desire. So please take this reading just as a gauge of the current energy and what I'm channeling right now. And you were drawn to this card right here, which is for Mankind, the Warrior. I don't know if you can see the colours. I love this one so much. This one is all about rising up into your strength. It's a very strong masculine energy connected to the god Tyr and the Nordic pantheon. And also Odin, just doing what is right for the right reasons. So let's turn your oracle cards over. Let's see what comes through for you and see where we go with this reading. We've got Stargazer, set your sights higher. Ul, focus, interesting. And then we've got the 9 of Earth and the 11 of Fire, masculine and feminine. Whoa. I feel like you're really, really focused right now on the direction of your energy at this time, of where your investments are, where you are giving your precious energy. It's almost like you've leveled up, or you're in the process of leveling up, or desiring a level up. You know, you have potentially been through a lot, done a lot, seen a lot, achieved a lot for many of you, but you kind of hit a ceiling of some kind, and you were ready for more. You wanted more, you desire more. There is a feeling of great expansion, and I feel like you're getting really clear right now, because this reading is what is changing for you right now. You're getting really clear on what it is that brings you fulfillment, on what it is that you want to achieve in this lifetime, the mark that you want to leave in the world. You know, Ul here, he's another Nordic god. He's got his arrow drawn, and he's ready to hunt. You know, please excuse the horn helmet in this illustration, but you know, it's a beautiful illustration, don't get me wrong. But I know for many of you, if you are Norse pagans, then that will be a thing. There is a strong sense very much of really connecting with where your energy is going, not wanting to waste any more time. You could feel like things are very time sensitive right now, that you have got, maybe you're feeling pressured, under pressure, like there is limited time for you to do what you want to do. For some of you, I'm getting really strongly that you might have some idea about what it is that you want to do, something that you want to do, but there is this sense here of you not having enough time. That might just be for some of you, but for others of you, it feels like there is a completely new direction that you want to go in. And this could be a sense of service work, something that you want to do to help others. You may wanting to move in a different direction entirely. And with the Stargazer, set your sights higher. It's almost like you're being told or nudged by your ancestors, by your God's guides, you know, don't settle at this point. You might be comfortable. Things might be quite balanced. You might have come to a really good place where things are ticking over, but you're feeling that inner stir of something more, something more. There's more work to do. There is more expansion to have, but it feels like positive energy. It feels like growth. It feels like enrichment. It feels like you building and creating something. And it feels very much like this is something that is of service to other people, like a calling, like a vocation, something that you're being drawn to. Yeah, I'm intrigued. Let's hit the runes. For anyone who might be wearing headphones, this can be quite noisy, so I would suggest maybe taking the headphones off just while I draw the runes. They are super loud, sorry guys. Okay. And as always, I'll take any that land face down because I'm not going to use them for the purpose of the reading. Okay. Hopefully you can see all of those. Just adjust the lighting slightly. Sorry for wobbling the camera. Okay. You're definitely focused on birthing a new cycle in your life. You are either moving away from something or towards something. Something that is going to be giving you a deeper sense of inner balance here with Tivas and Manas in the reverse. We've got Eras and Gibu either side, and there is a sense here that perhaps in a relationship, partnership, business, any kind of relationship where you've been giving more than you've been receiving, it's like you're not going to put up with that anymore. Whereas you might have, I mean, for some of you could be quite a strong earth sign or have strong earth placements, but I'm almost getting like a stubborn energy that you just wanted to see something through. You wanted to see something done, even though you were perhaps being guided that it was okay to let go, to relinquish some of the control and alleviate some of the pressure, to free some of your energy. You know, some of you may have been feeling like you had to see something through and I'm getting like to the bitter end. You know, and it's almost like God's guides, ancestors are saying it's okay, you can ease off a bit now, and don't expend more than you're getting in return, because you need to nurture yourself too, because you're literally bringing something new into being. For others of you, this could be literally pregnancy, a child. We've not got Bjarkan here. It's just the message that's coming through. For others of you, there has been this strong need for you to see something through to a point of completion. And it's not been that you've been stubborn. It's that you've genuinely needed to just be strong and to see something through. But there is a part of you that is feeling depleted and drained potentially. And now it's a time where you're really going to have to invest back into yourself. Now, I feel like finances are going to be good, but I'm also getting a message here that you might not be feeling inclined to take financial risks. Now, take it as it resonates for you, because the line above, we've got Athala, Ingvaz, and Ivaz. So I'm almost getting this shift into this birth of a new beginning, the creation of something new, something that feels destined, something that feels so right for you. It could involve travel, it could involve relocation for some of you, and there could be queries over financial investment. And what I'm getting here is to really look and think things through very, very clearly and carefully, but also to honor your intuition here. With 2 runes of travel and movement, you could definitely be looking at moving in a different direction. I was getting that just from the cards initially as a channeled message. But seriously, for some of you, you could really be looking at moving in a different direction, whether that's within work, within a new company, setting up your own business, or whether you're looking at retraining for some of you, moving into a different sector, or actually physically moving abroad. I feel like you're in query about a lot of it. There's a lot of ideas. There is dreams. And it's almost like you're just looking for a sign to point you in the right direction. But what I'm getting here is that you really need to focus on the inner guidance. You've got far more power to discern from within than you are allowing yourself to have credit for, pile 2. And you're being called into that spiritual dimension almost, to seek the higher wisdom of your gods, guides, ancestors individually, in order to feel at peace and trust that, you know, whatever decision that you make is going to put you on a tangent for a very good reason. Let's get some cards for you. Sorry if you can hear my Lily walking around. She always seems most active when I do readings. I think it's the energy. For pile 2, please. What do I need to know for pile 2? Right. That one feels important. Yggdrasil. Okay. Mouth is in the reverse and the thing. Okay. Any more, please? I'll explain these in a second. Okay. 1 has fallen on the floor. Take you 2. Wunjo. Okay. Interesting. Wunjo fell on the floor, and we've got Sevilla on the bottom of the deck. Don't always check the bottom of the deck, but I was called to this time. Okay. And what's this one? Loki. Of course. Right. Sorry. I'm wobbling my table. Yggdrasil definitely speaks of travel. The fact that it's come out on its side is telling me that you're really undecided. What you do know is that I can see that you're almost limiting the pursuit of your passion by feeling tied to something that you have agreed to. Or you feel bound by a commitment of some kind that is preventing you from moving in a different direction. With Sol and Loki coming out here, this is very much a reminder that things come in cycles. It's up to you. If you want to start a new cycle, if you want to pursue your happiness, then sometimes things have to change. Loki is a very misunderstood deity in the Nordic pantheon. In this capacity, coming out with Wunjo, with Sol, there is this weight of responsibility that almost takes away from your joy, from your happiness, from the fun and the laughter in your life. And whilst you might not feel like you can completely negate on some of these agreements or contracts, you might be feeling like it might be that you are granted the opportunity in some way, in some small way, or gradually, bit by bit. The vision I'm getting is you moving towards the things that bring you joy. And the more that you do it, the more that you remember what animates you, what makes you happy, what brings you joy and fulfillment, and what feeling fun feels like, what having fun feels like in your life. It's like you're going to be reanimated. And then I feel like you're going to naturally shift into that direction. You know, with all focus, it's very, very much this energy of what you focus on will manifest, will magnify, will multiply within your conscious awareness. So focusing on the joy and having fun is definitely going to bring that, more of that, into your life. And with Loki coming out with Nathis in reverse and the Thing, then there could definitely be an element of maybe deceptive energies around some kind of contract. Now, I don't pull through messages like that flippantly, but it's checking to make sure your intentions, checking the small print, especially with Mercury retrograde coming up, checking through the small print of contracts and negotiations. This could just be for one person. It could be really important just to check the small print, that you're not signing up for something that's going to take you away from the things that bring you joy. But also, as a reminder, don't sign up for things that are going to take you away from everything that you love just for the sake of something that seems good on paper but doesn't feel right in your heart. Far be it from me to make decisions for you. This is just a reading, but that's the message that's coming through. Let's get a healing message for you. Illumination. It definitely feels like tuning into your higher guidance, to your higher wisdom, in order to receive that perspective, that download, what it is that you need in order to see things with a different shade of clarity. To give you that time to reflect, to find the light within the darkness of the things that may not have been revealed. You know, when I speak of deception and illumination, they can sound really intense and quite concerning, but, you know, something is held in the dark simply because it's not yet been brought to light. So it could be that what's changing in your life at this time is all kinds of things coming to the surface and coming to light, which is going to help you to see with a deeper shade of clarity where you are and where you want to go. So Pole 2, I'll leave this with you, but sending you all my love, and I will see you in another reading. Take care. Bye-bye. Hi there, Pole 3. If you were drawn to this pole, then this is your reading. You were drawn to this card today, which is a spark of life, a passion for living. This is all about bringing our energy back to self and reigniting that spark that makes us excited about life, about living, about what we're doing. As always, please remember this is a read of the current energy, and you have immense personal power to direct yourself, your energy, to achieve the outcome of your desires. So please do take this as just a read of the present energy, and I hope it empowers you to move forwards in whatever way that you choose. Okay, that said, let's get into it. I'm going to do the oracle cards first, and then I'll do some runes for you. We've got Seer, see beyond the current situation. Apollo, inquiry. Wowzers. Woo. Abundance and death and rebirth. Okay, you got some big energies, Pole 3. I'm sure I always say that, but seriously, it always seems to hold true. I feel like you're at the beginning stages of looking for the next thing. It's like you're moving somewhere. I mean, there's similar energies in all of these, but this is like a big thing for you. There is a big thing here. It could be a big investment, an energetic investment. Doesn't have to be financial investment, but it's like you're working on something big, and you know it's big. You know this is a big deal. And for some of you, this could be something that you're manifesting, something that you're seeing coming to light. I'm getting a true sense of alchemy here with all of these golden energies. This sense of bringing something. You are manifesting, you are creating your abundance. Not just your abundance, this feels like your legacy. This feels like you communicating with the cosmos. If you are, you know, into manifesting or just making that declaration to the world, to the higher powers, whatever it is that feels right for you. This is like you claiming your space and saying, no, I'm taking this back. I'm taking my life back. I'm taking back my energy, my power, and this is what I'm going to bring into being. And you could have been going through a real dark night of the soul with the death and rebirth energy here. But it's like if you're in the midst of it now, the seer, see beyond the current situation, is almost knowing that this difficult time is going to pass. You've just got to weather it. You've just got to ride it out right now, because what's on the other side of it, is going to be of such different quality and a different experience, an entirely different way of living for some of you. But you have real wealth and abundance of all kinds coming into you. Remember that abundance and wealth is whatever you hold value to, whatever you attribute value to, much like the Fehu rune. It could be quality time. Think of love languages. Whatever you attribute value to, you have the power, and you are going to see an amplification of that being manifest within your life. Okay. These can be really noisy. I'm going to do the runes. So if you're wearing headphones or you've got really sensitive hearing, I would just turn the video down just for a second, or take your headphones out while I do these. We've got one that's gone off the table, but it landed face down, so I wouldn't use it anyway. So as always, any that land face down, I'm not going to be using for the purpose of the reading. Interesting energies here. And we've had similar themes coming out in all of the readings. They've just given me a message of like you communicating your greatness, which might sound really quite arrogant to some of you, except this isn't. And I feel like it's almost, if you in some way have a public role, there are people that you speak to in some way. You might be going into a job interview as an example. It's like you're going to be given an opportunity to communicate your greatness. And for some of you, this is, they want to remind you to actively communicate your greatness in a humble and non-arrogant manner. Now that might sound like a complete and utter paradox, but there are skills and attributes that you have, things that you have worked through, things that you have achieved, and those are yours to be. You can hold an element of pride in that without being attached to ego. Especially if this is going into a new job role or that kind of situation whereby you need to present yourself in a certain manner in order to secure, this next phase of your personal evolution. It might involve public speaking or self-representation of some kind, and it feels like you're going to really ace whatever this is. It could be that you're being guided to speak more on video, to speak more on camera, to express more of what it is that you've learned or experienced in a way that's going to help others. And it's really interesting because it feels like a time where there could be a lot going on in your life that really isn't working out, that could be quite challenging, that could be quite difficult. There could be things that you need to let go of, things that have been holding you back, or something that has actively left that you felt was like an anchor almost. And I don't see that as in a negative sense. It's almost like for a long time you've been in the place that you were, and you almost had to be there, not out of duty or obligation, but there was some kind of thing that there are definitely the similarities and the themes here. So if you were drawn to part 1 or 2, definitely go back and watch those. But it's almost like whatever this ending was, you were actually more happy because of it. It's like a weight was lifted, and it feels like if something you thought was going to be there forever, and this could be anything, let's be real here, this could be an attachment to something that has been weighing you down, because I keep getting the visual of an anchor. This could be debt. It could be a relationship that has been necessary but has reached a natural end. There is some kind of anchor, something that's held you at a point. And all of a sudden you feel this sense of release and relief. And it's a return to joy. It's a lightness of being that feels so much better. But I do feel like you're in the middle of the storm at the moment, or the storm is passing through. And I feel like you are the calm at the center. You know, you're the one setting about your personal inquiry and just being like, well, do you know what? If everything has fallen, then I can only rebuild. And trying to see it in the most positive light you humanly can, which is very, very powerful place to be. And I feel like you don't have all the answers. I feel like you know that whatever this is, whatever's left your life is created an open door to the new beginning. But it's almost like you stood there with your hand on the handle, 1 foot through it, but you've not fully opened it yet. And even if you have, the pathway isn't fully lit. So you can't see everything that's ahead of you. So you're being called to trust here. And there is a sense of really strong trust in your intuition. With Ivar's and answers here, this is really honoring and trusting your intuition into the guidance that is coming through, into how your body feels in certain situations, whether you feel discomfort, anxiety, if you have a trauma response to something, you know, honoring that, tuning into it without overly attaching, but recognizing that, you know, this whatever's ended has opened a new door for you. And what's changing is you've been given a spark of life, and that spark has lit a place upon the map, even though you're not fully sure yet where and which it's taking you. But I think you're being told to trust, and to trust what's changing, and know that what is being revealed to you will be revealed to you in good time, and you will find your way. It's almost like you'll only have revealed to you what is supposed to be, what is supposed to be revealed. The Well of Weird, yeah. You can draw from it. You can draw from the Well of Weird. You can draw from it. But you'll only see what is intended for you at this time. You will never be revealed something that is going to detract you from your path and your experience that may be required in order to assist you on your way. And that can be difficult sometimes, because many of us want to know that our victory is assured before we step into a battle. However, the true test of the warrior is in his soul and his spirit and his skill, and that whatever he finds within the battle, he will just do his best. You know, a warrior isn't a warrior if every victory is assured. Turisas in the reverse, there is definitely a sense of caution, of not wanting to fully invest or throw all of your energy into one direction, which is understandable, I think, because it feels like there are so many unknowns in your life right now. But also, yeah, it's saying to come back to a place of inner balance. It may feel like some things may feel like they're unfair. You might feel like there are some things that were unfair, or are still unfair, or have been unjustly served. And you're almost being told to release that energy in order to move forwards. Turisas in the reverse is like a resistance of, it is a sense of resistance and not taking action. And it could be based upon this feeling like things were unfair, things were unjust. And in order to move forward, you kind of have to release that energy a little bit and trust in the hands of fate. 2 more. Canals in the reverse. Pethra in the reverse, yeah. Before taking any wild chances, you might be feeling very called to look within. And I feel like if you have a reticence to move forwards and to take action based upon not knowing whether or not things are going to work out, you've got to dig into that warrior spirit. And it's interesting because this isn't a card of you know, being a warrior. The previous piles, that kind of made sense, but this energy is literally that channeled message about the warrior. You cannot know that victory is assured. You've just got to trust in your skill and your strength, and that whatever situation you find yourself within, you will do everything that you can to move forwards. And it feels like if you have a resistance to moving forwards, you know, that sorry, I'm just looking at the numbers. They keep calling me to the numbers on these dice. You've got to trust in your spirit. You've got to trust in your skills and trust in your intuition. That is the really big message. The numbers that we've got here, we've got 7 and 7. No, 7 and 6. But there was also, the first one I was drawn to was 42 and 31. And then I noticed the numbers on the top. So those numbers might be relevant for some of you. Just, you know, pulling that out there. Urus, absolutely. Your strength, your resilience is what is going to see you through this time. Nothing in this world is guaranteed. The only thing that you truly can ever invest in is yourself, in your ability to overcome, to adapt. And that is where your true power is. It's not in knowing that everything is going to work out perfectly. It's knowing that you will just keep moving forwards. Oh, and this is really interesting. Isolation came out for pile 1, so definitely some of you might be called to pile 1. But destiny, I said there is a sense of destiny afoot here. And fate with the weird. You might feel very pulled away from so many things that feel like home at this time, but trust that you are on the path of your divine purpose. Sometimes that means a short phase of hermit mode, especially if things aren't coming together. But trust in yourself. If there was anything that I could say was your message and what's changing, your world is changing, pile 3. And you are being called to trust in yourself and trust in your intuition, trust in your skills, because you are moving through this and onto incredible things. Pile 3, I'm going to leave this here. Thank you for being here. Just sending you all my love, and I will see you in another reading. I just want to say a big thank you to all of the piles for being here today. It is truly my honor to read for you. And I'm so grateful for your time, energy and presence. All of my information is in the description box below if I can assist you with a personal reading, or if you'd like to check out my artwork or inquire about commissions. It's just a pleasure to be here and to share these messages with you, and I hope whoever needs them finds them. So sending you all my love, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.